Wade Gorin, owner of Wade's Eastside Guns and Bellevue Indoor Range here in Bellevue, Washington. Just kind of wanted to give you a short video of what we do here, what we're good at, and why you should come in. All right, follow me in. Let me show you what we got going inside. This is a shooting range area here in our shooting range counter, but we're gonna take a look at the gun shop first and show you what we got going on in here. So we've got Eye and Ear Pro right up front, some storage stuff. If you haven't used these ammo crates before, they're awesome. I've organized all my shooting things. Basically, when I go shooting, I have a pistol box and I have a rifle box and I've got my stuff down now, so I'm not looking for things at the last minute and I'm in and out real quick. We've been running an ammo sale, which we're selling a lot of S&B 9. It's $250 a case, $12.50 a box. So the one thing you're gonna find in Bellevue at pre-COVID prices is 9mm at Wade's Eastside Gun Shop. We also have some safes. We're really heavy on the Vaultex stuff. It's fast entry, it's biometric, it's secure. If you have a gun on your nightstand, this is an excellent way to go. Not too long ago, they came out with their clock radio, phone charger models. These are super popular. If you have a gun handy, you have to keep it locked up. If you've got kids or you've got people in and out of your house that aren't familiar with firearms, you cannot leave your gun just laying around, but you do want to have fast access to it. Magazines, you know, unfortunately now we're stuck with 10-round magazines for everything, so we've got 10-round magazines for almost every gun that we sell. We source them continually. One of the saddest things in the world right now is a 10-round AR magazine, but if that's all you got, I'd buy 30 of these. I'd have a pile of 10-rounders. Again, we're hoping to get that back, but we're stuck with it for now. Right up front, we got knives. We do a lot with Benchmade. Got a few the Chris Reeves knives. We've also got CRKT, got some tomahawks. They're just kind of a fun thing that we sell. People really love that stuff. A little bit of Kershaw. Because of the change in rules, we've laid into a lot of revolvers, and we have a lot of nice revolvers. Recently came back strong with the Python, and so we've got 2.5, 3, 4, 6-inch barrels. We've got the new Anaconda 44 Magnum. I'm a huge fan of the Python, and one of the great things about the new Pythons is they're durable, and you can shoot these guns and you can shoot them a lot. We're always high on Smith & Wesson revolvers, Ruger revolvers. We have a really good selection. Always done a lot with lever guns, but we're doing more and more all the time. Taylor and Company stuff, Henry. We're trying to keep the new Marlins in stock, which is tough. We've got more of those on the way. You know, they're only making 3 or 4 models right now, but they're really cool stuff. We also carry a lot of 1911s. Literally got a dent in my ass from carrying a steel 5-inch 1911 for about 20 years. Love that gun. Don't carry one very often anymore, but I love to shoot them. I still have a pretty large collection of 1911s. Nighthawk, we're doing Wilson. We've got Springfield, Cole, really good selection. Few Dan Wessons here and there. Really good representation of 1911s here. We also have a few of the Taylor Single Action Army derivatives, Ruger 44 Magnum, the old Single Action Army pattern guns that are still a lot of fun to shoot. We also carry a lot of shotguns, a lot of Mossbergs, a lot of Remingtons, 590s, 500s, 870s. You know, here's the classic Woodstock 5-shot magazine, 870 police shotgun. 40 years, these were rolling in every squad car in America. Still a really viable choice. Unfortunately, the AR-15's been taken away from any new shooter now, but we still have a solution to your home defense problem, and now it's going to be handguns and shotguns and maybe even bolt-action rifles if you live on a larger piece of property, business, that kind of a thing. These are Remington TAC 14s. Basically looks like a AOW, but simple paperwork. Hold 4 rounds, fully loaded, 3 in the tube. This is a Marine Magnum. Basically, it's a highly rust-resistant finish on it. This is one of my favorites here. TAC 14, semi-automatic. This is really a cool little self-defense shotgun called the V3. This is a really interesting gun. This looks like an AR-15, but it's a very high quality pump action 223 rifle. Very fast, you know, I mean, you can shoot this thing about that fast. All milled, really high quality trigger, really high quality components. I'm a big fan of this. One of the best home defense weapons you can buy now legally in Washington. Again, was an AR-15 pistol. That solution is gone, but we still have another solution. This is a little bit more of a tricked out one, so we've got it with a red dot, flashlight, silencer on it. Super cool guns. It used to take about 15 years to get a suppressor in the state of Washington, and then they cut the time down to like 4 years, and then it was 2 years, and now it can be 24 hours, right? It can be really, really fast. So we're getting almost all of our suppressors back in about 2 weeks. Once in a while, there's a little bit of a glitcher today, but they are coming back fast. If you're in the market for a suppressor, come in and talk to us. We have a huge selection. A full case and some spillover here. I'm probably gonna butcher this name. This is a new product for us, anechoic. Used to be Alpha. They make a couple different lengths and a couple different calibers here. Super lightweight, flow through suppressor, priced really well. This suppressor actually weighs less than air. So I'm holding this down. You think I'm holding this up, but if I let go, it would stick to the ceiling just like a helium balloon. Very, very quiet. They use the hub kind of universal back end on it, so we can put a bunch of different QD attachments. They come with the most popular thread adapter for that caliber, which would be half 28 in a 5.56 or 5/8 24 in a 308 or 30 cal can. I'm really high on these. We have a big inventory of these right now. Did a dealer direct deal with them. We've got a lot of them in stock, which is tough right now because everybody across the country now that suppressors have gotten quick, entire inventory for the country was nearly bought out. And now the suppressor manufacturers, silencer shop, everybody's trying to keep up, and we're trying to stay ahead of that game too. It's one of the things we do pretty well here is keep hard to get stuff in stock. Q stuff, Griffin stuff, Dead Air. I'm a big fan of Dead Air. Oh, we even have a few Huxworks. That's pretty interesting. The Huxworks cans are one of the most popular suppressors in the country right now. It looks like we have 3 of them in stock. I'm also a huge fan of Surefire. That's the can I use probably more than about anything. One of the other things we started doing, we have a gunsmith work area that we allow people to use if they have things on their firearms they want to work on. They can use our tools, they can use our vices, our benches. You know, if a guy lives in an apartment, he doesn't have a shop or anything, doesn't have a garage, come in and use our tools. You can bring your AR-15 stuff in here and work on it and build it. In the past, we sold probably 17 billion of these in the last few years. At least 17, maybe 18 billion. This is an AR-15 lower. Basically the serialized part of an AR-15 rifle, most popular rifle in America. Now we can't sell these anymore, and we're kind of in limbo assembling some of this stuff. We're looking at that, but not a lot going on with these anymore. So one of the things I started doing a few years ago was mediocre PRS shooter at best, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to work on your skills. The technology of these bolt action rifles is just insane today. This is an American Rifle Co. action, 45-minute north of us by American Rifle Company. This is what they call the coup de grace action. I won't go into too many details about this, but for $1,000, this is an amazing piece of gear. So we usually organize firearms by manufacturer. Right here, what we've got is smaller, easy to carry firearms. Glock 48, 43X, 42, SIG 365s, Smith & Wesson Shields. These are the guns that are going to be much easier to carry. The Glocks have 10-round factory magazines. That's what they were shipped with. Some of the 365s will have up to an 18-round magazine, but again, we can't sell that anymore, so we're putting 10-round magazines into those. We sell a lot of handguns for carry. There's kind of a couple different classes of handguns. Kind of an outside the waistband belt gun, nightstand gun that you're going to put a dot on and a light. It's going to be easier to shoot than a smaller carry gun. We're actually filling in some inventory here on our carry guns. We add stuff all the time. We also have a huge selection of guns on our shooting range, about 200 of them, so that you can try guns before you buy them. And in these smaller guns, that's even more important. You can adapt to a Glock 17, a Canic, a Beretta, SIG 226, any of the larger 9mm. Pretty easy. Pick one of those guns up, shoot it pretty well. The smaller guns though, if you got really small hands, hands, if you're recoil shy, if you don't have a lot of wrist strength, there's a real benefit to trying that gun before you buy it, because you don't want to come in here, spend $600 on a pistol, go shoot it, and not be comfortable. We want you to be proficient and safe and comfortable with your carry firearm, because that's the firearm probably that you're going to need. You might not be lucky enough to have your full-size, comped out, VP9, muzzle braked, suppressed, flashlight, dot sight handgun with you, but you might have a 5-shot revolver that you've got in a pocket holster in your pocket at the time that you need it, and that's the gun you need to be proficient with. Speaking of the range, we're gonna go out there right now. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Built the range in 1995. Been here now, it's like 200 years, I guess. So I've had a shooting range for 200 years of my life. We're really good at the shooting range business. I love teaching people how to shoot. I love seeing kids coming in here and shooting with their folks. We have a very large selection. These are all rental guns. It's about 30 bucks to rent a gun. If you want to rent centerfire rifle and use that on our range, 90 bucks to get in if you're not a member. If you're a member, you can bring your rifles in and shoot them here, no extra charge. We've got shotguns now. We've got a Mutant. So that's a CM&G Mutant, shoots 7.6239. You can't buy those anymore, but you can shoot them here. This is an interesting gun, pump action 5.56 rifle I was showing you earlier. A lot of these guns have been shot quite a bit. You get an idea how durable and how reliable ARs are. You know, if they can live for a year on the range without breaking, that's literally like 2 or 3 lifetimes for the average shooter. Some of these are multi-year-old and they just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. They just get smoother and smoother. We have kind of our take on an indoor, quote, sniper rifle, bolt action, Ruger American, scope on it, bipod on it, so you can shoot maximum of 25 yards here, but you can shoot a bolt action at 25 yards and literally shoot a bullet hole in the target and shoot that bullet hole for a target. These rifles are very accurate. This is very popular, the rebirth of the HK. This was, you know, an MP5 back in the day, and then they made a SP89, that got banned, and then they came out with the SP5 and then an SP5K. Actually, the SP5K was first, and it operates just like a real MP5. Super easy to use, put a red dot sight. This gun has literally had the chicken shot off of it. I mean, this thing gets shot every single day. It still works, it still runs. It's a really fun gun to shoot. It's too bad that we can't own these as civilians anymore. So there's tons to talk about on the range, but I'm running out of time. We're gonna make a separate video about the range. We have a lot going on out here. There's a lot of details I'd like to show you. I think it's the nicest range in our solar system for sure, and I want to break that down for you. So we'll come back and make another video in a week or so. So we're gonna take this YouTube really seriously from now on. We really need you to hit the like button, subscribe, let your friends know that we're doing this, and we're just gonna blow this thing up as best we can. This is Wade from Wade's Eastside Gun Shop in Bellevue Indoor Range, and thank you for listening.